The Undefeated, the master of mind games and trash talk. You're not ready, falling into the darkest of depths, only to rise and capture the hearts of a nation. This is the untold journey of the one and only Gypsy King Tyson Fury. Born Tyson Luke Fury on August 12, 1988, he arrived 3 months premature, weighing just a single pound. Raised in the rough and tumble streets of Cheshire, he's the son of Amber and John Fury, a proud traveling family with deep Irish roots. His mother, a private woman, avoids the limelight despite her son's rise to stardom. His father, Big John, is a quiet man who stays out of unnecessary confrontations. Well, sort of. Tyson was named after the legendary Iron Mike Tyson, a reflection of Big John's passion for boxing. School never really interested him, so he dropped out at 11 to work alongside his dad and brothers, tarmacking roads. The Fury lineage is one of pure fighting stock, with distant relative Bartley Gorman, the British bare-knuckle champion, holding the title of the original King of the Gypsies. This bloke was so hard that if you found him in bed with your missus, you'd probably just ask what he fancies for breakfast. Fighting was in their blood, and settling disputes with a good old-fashioned bare-knuckle brawl was the family norm. When Tyson and Big John finished tarmacking a road, even the council must have said, "That's a cracking job, Mr. Fury. How much do we owe you?" As a teenager, Tyson was introduced to boxing by his father, who had just retired from the ring. Unfortunately, Big John's professional boxing career wasn't all that fruitful, but let's not remind him of that. If he does take offense, let him know I've moved to Nigeria under witness protection. That said, bare-knuckle fighting was where he truly thrived, with countless bouts ending in mere seconds. "I wouldn't stop swinging until they were out cold," he once said. Feet, elbows, head, teeth, nothing was off limits. Yes, teeth. Young Tyson absorbed all of this like a sponge. He was a shy kid at first, but by his teenage years, he had already towered over his mates. At just 14, he was 6'5", and growing in both confidence and skill. Word spread fast about this naturally gifted giant. At 18, Fury entered the amateur boxing scene, representing both England and Ireland. His amateur career was solid but overshadowed by the great David Price. While Fury was known for his mouth, Price was better known for getting knocked out, especially by a certain Russian. Fury clinched the ABA super heavyweight title in 2008. But when Team GB overlooked him for the Olympics in favor of Price, he thought, "Sod this amateur game," and turned professional, and thus began the Tyson Fury era. He signed with Mick Hennessy, making his debut on the undercard of Home Alone Ma vs. Pascal, up against the mighty Belgian Goose Goose. Yes, that was his actual opponent. Fury made light work of him in just over 2 minutes. 7 straight wins by knockout followed, though he nearly knocked himself out once in his 4th fight. Then came the real test. An off night against veteran John McDermott resulted in a controversial points victory, a decision even the Sky commentators disagreed with. The referee? Terry O'Connor, the only judge that night. Funny enough, McDermott had repeatedly requested that O'Connor not officiate, given that every fight under his watch ended in a loss. Oh, and O'Connor was once knocked out by McDermott's dad. You can't make this stuff up. Despite the controversy, Fury proved himself in the rematch, knocking McDermott out. Another 3 wins later, and he was face-to-face with British boxing's loose cannon, Derek Delboy Chisora. The undefeated powerhouse was expected to derail Fury's train, but Tyson had other plans. In the build-up, Fury's trash. Talk was already elite. "I'm Tyson Fury. This city is getting knocked the barcone out, and I'm sick to death of this." Chisora, a man who once lobbed a table mid-press conference, wasn't impressed. But when the dust settled, Fury emerged victorious, clinching the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles. 5 more wins later, and he found himself in Madison Square Garden against American slugger Steve Cunningham. Dropped in the 2nd round, Fury bounced back with a cheeky forearm block before knocking Cunningham out. The 8 people in attendance went wild. He was now on the cusp of a world title shot. A bout with British boxing legend David Haye was set, but Haye pulled out twice. If I had a quid for every time Haye got injured, I'd own half of London. 3 more wins followed, including a lackluster rematch with Del Boy, easily one of the worst fights ever. And then the moment had arrived. Vladimir Klitschko, the most dominant heavyweight of his era, the man with all the belts, the longest reigning champion in the division. The Furies showed their utmost respect to him. Actually, no. They went at each other like James Corden and a diet plan. The build-up was intense. Fury, with his quick wit and psychological warfare, knew exactly how to get under Klitschko's skin, complaining about the gloves, the ring, canvas, the venue, anything and everything to disrupt Vlad's meticulous preparation. And it worked. Fight night in Dusseldorf arrived, and all eyes were on the Gypsy King. The world expected a brutal slugfest, a war of heavy blows, a battle of sheer force. But Fury had other plans. What unfolded was not just a fight, it was a masterclass in movement and tactics. Klitschko, the most dominant heavyweight of his era, found himself lost. He was hesitant, unsure, second-guessing his attacks. For the first time in over a decade, he looked beatable. Round after round, Fury danced around him, staying just out of reach, landing clean shots while barely taking any in return. Klitschko simply couldn't solve the puzzle in front of him. And after 12 rounds, the judges confirmed what millions had just witnessed. History had been made. The new lineal heavyweight champion of the world was Tyson Fury. Fury had climbed the highest peak, dethroned a champion many believed to be invincible, and reached the very top of boxing's mountain. But instead of joy, he found only emptiness. The glory, the belts, the fame, it wasn't enough. Depression hit hard. Self-destruction followed. His weight ballooned to over 400 pounds. His lifestyle spiraled out of control, and his mind was consumed by dark thoughts, addiction, reckless behavior, and the feeling that he had no purpose left in boxing led him to the edge. But just as his name suggests, he fought back with fury, through faith, sheer determination, and a team that refused to give up on him. Fury began to claw his way back from rock bottom. It wasn't easy. Every day was a battle, every training session a struggle, but the fire inside him still burned. Slowly, the weight started coming off. The sharpness in his punches returned. The old Fury was coming back. 2 comeback fights. Later, the world took notice. Tyson Fury wasn't just back, he was better than ever, and the stage was now set for his toughest challenge yet. Deontay Wilder. Wilder, the undefeated knockout artist, the most feared puncher in the division, a man who had put nearly every opponent to sleep with his devastating right hand. The boxing world saw Fury as a washed-up has-been. Wilder saw him as an easy target. Fury, he saw Wilder as just another victim. And how did Fury prepare for this monumental fight? By, let's just say, keeping his hands busy 7 times a day. The mind games were in full swing. Fury mocked Wilder at every opportunity, dismissing his power, belittling his skills, and planting seeds of doubt in his mind. Trash talk, confidence, pure psychological warfare. It was textbook Fury. Then came the fight, and Fury delivered. For the majority of the bout, he dominated, making the dangerous Wilder look ordinary. But then, boom, the punch heard around the world. Wilder landed his signature right hand. Fury collapsed. Applause. Everyone thought it was over. The referee started the count, but Fury said, "Nah, not today." Like a man possessed, he rose from the canvas. It was a moment that sent chills down spines, a moment that defied logic. The fight continued, and by the final bell, it was clear Tyson Fury had done enough, but the judges saw it differently. The fight was ruled a draw. The world cried robbery. Fury, however, had already won something far more important. He had won over the people. The Gypsy Warrior was now a global sensation. The rematch? A different Fury, a new strategy, a new beast. Las Vegas, bright lights, a packed arena. The world was ready for round 2. And this time, there was no controversy, no debate, no doubts. Fury dismantled Wilder, knocking him down twice before stopping him in the 7th round. A flawless performance, a statement to the world. And just in case anyone still questioned it, Fury ran it back one more time. The Trilogy fight was an all-out war. Both men hit the canvas. Both men gave everything they had. But in the end, only one was left standing. Tyson Fury delivered the knockout blow in the 11th round, putting the entire saga to rest. The Gypsy King's journey was complete. From a premature baby fighting for survival to a man battling his own demons. From being written off as a joke to ruling the heavyweight division. More than just a boxer, he became a voice for mental health, a symbol of resilience, a true champion in and out of the ring. Big up the Gypsy King, big up the boxing world, and big up yourself for watching. Like and subscribe.